Another guest was John Brockman, the literary agent. Now, he described seeing you there.
Sir, do you take drugs or alcohol? What is drugs?
Slow down, pause and reflect in prayer or meditation.
So, in 2006, in May, an arrest warrant was issued for Epstein for sexual assault of a minor.
Yes.
In July, he was invited to Windsor Castle to your daughter, Princess Beatrice's 18th birthday.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Why would you do that?
Because I was asking Ghislaine.
Okay.
It's an engaging truth, but only half the story.
So he came to that party knowing police were investigating him.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether was it police that I don't know. You see, this is the problem.
It was the
I
Palm
really
Beach
don't know.
police at the time.
But I mean, I'm afraid, you see, this is the problem. Is that an awful lot of this was going on in the United States, and I wasn't a party to it, and I knew nothing about it.
Okay.
He was released in July. Within months, by December of 2010, you went to stay with him at his New York mansion. Why? Why were you staying with a convicted sex offender?
Right. Now, I went there with the sole purpose of saying to him that because he had been convicted, it was inappropriate for us to be seen together.
Back then, who could have imagined that people would one day be watching this on laptops and mobile phones, as some of you are today?
Who advised you then that it was a good idea to go and break up the friendship? Did that come from the palace? Was Her Majesty the Queen involved?
No. I took the decision that it was, I had to show leadership and I had to go and see him and I had to tell him, that's it. I felt that doing it over the telephone was the chicken's way of doing it. I had to go and see him and talk to him.
It might seem a funny way to break off a friendship, a 4-day house party of sorts with a dinner. It's an odd way to break up a friendship.
It's a difficult way of putting it. That's a very stark way of putting it. Yes, you're absolutely right. But actually, the truth of it is that
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
is that I actually only saw him for about the dinner party, the walk in the park, and probably passing in the passage. And as I say, that I was there to my mind, be honourable and say to him, look, you've been convicted. It would be incompatible for me to be seen with you. Unfortunately, somebody was standing around with a camera at the time and got a photograph of us.
Sorry.
It's one of the very few photographs there are of us. But that was the case. But at the time, I felt it was the honourable and right thing to do, and I admit fully that my judgment was probably coloured by my tendency to be too honourable, but that's just the way it is.
Okay.
that the time for words has now moved to the time for action.
And that was the conversation, coincidentally, that was photographed, which was when I said to him, I said, look, because of what has happened, I don't think it is appropriate that we should remain in contact.
That was December of 2010.
Yep.
He threw a party to celebrate his release.
Dun, 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 dun.
And you were invited as
No,
the
I didn't
guest
go.
of honour.
Oh, in 2010, there certainly wasn't a party to celebrate his release in December, because it was a small dinner party. There were only 8 or 10 of us, I think, at the dinner. If there was a party, then I'd know nothing about that.
You were invited to that dinner as a guest of honour.
Well, I was there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So there was a dinner. I don't think it was quite as you might put it, but yeah, okay. I was there at a dinner. Yeah.
I'm just trying to work this out, because you said you went to break up the relationship, and yet you stayed at that New York mansion several days. I'm wondering how long.
But I
it
was
would-
doing a number of other things while I was there.
What do you mean by that?
But you were staying at the house of
Yes.
a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay, not because of him.
Was that visit, December of 2010, the only time you saw him after he was convicted?
Yes.
Did you
Yeah.
see him or speak
No.
to him again?
No, that was that. Funny
Never
enough,
since
2010 was it. That was it, because I went. Well, first of all, I wanted to make sure that if
she was.
if I was going to go and see him, I had to make sure that there was enough time between his release, because it wasn't something that I was going into in a hurry, but I had to go and see him. I had to go and see him. I
And
had to
stay
tell-
with him.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And stay in the house.
I
of a
could
convicted
easily have
sex
gone and
offender.
stayed somewhere else,
What?
but sheer convenience.
Did you worry that he had something that could compromise you?
No.
Do you regret the whole friendship with Epstein?
Now, still not.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
And the reason being is that the people that I met and the opportunities that I was given to learn, either by him or because of him, were actually very useful.
While we have faced challenges before, this one is different. This time we join with all nations across the globe in a common endeavour.
He's dead. His girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, your old friend,
Yep.
was, victims say, complicit in his behaviour. When was your last contact with her?
It was earlier this year, funny enough, in the summer, in the spring, summer, in the spring, summer, in the spring, summer.
Laws will be introduced to ensure that the parole system recognises the pain to victims and their families caused by offenders refusing to disclose information relating to their crimes.
About what?
She was here doing some rally.
So even though he had by then been arrested and was facing charges of sex trafficking?
No. This was early spring, I think. It was long, because when was he arrested?
July.
No, it was before July.
And that was the last time?
Yeah, because
Did you discuss Epstein at all then?
No, actually, funnily enough, no, not at all.
Police officers will be provided with the protections they need to keep the population safe. They will also be awarded the power to arrest individuals who are wanted by trusted international partners.
How do you reconnect with the public then now?
But exactly what I'm doing, which is to continue to work with IDEA and the things that I believe strongly in. I'm not somebody who does things in competition with people. Oddly, I do things in collaboration with people. Particularly in the education field, we've got 500,000, or just over 500,000 young people who are using the service, and I'm trying to think what else we've got, but it's well, it's designed for 7 to 14-year-olds. For 7 to 14-year-olds.
In the coming days, the world has the chance to join in the shared objective of creating a safer, stabler future for our people and for the planet on which we depend. We know deep down that it is the right thing to do.
Any sense now of guilt, regret or shame about any of your behaviour and your friendship with Epstein?
As far as my association with him was concerned, it had some seriously beneficial outcomes. On balance, could I have avoided ever meeting him? Probably not, and that's because of my friendship with Ghislaine. It was inevitable that we would have come across each other.
A small step for man and a giant leap for mankind, and indeed for womankind.